Plaintiff Heidi Bishop is suing her ex-boyfriend for medical bills and damaged property. Heidi says the defendant started out controlling her, but that quickly escalated into him kicking her over a chair, breaking her ribs, and body slamming her. Defendant Senate Warden admits to pushing Heidi with his foot to get her off of him because he claims she was hitting him in the face. Senate says he has a history of domestic violence, but he denies breaking the plaintiff's ribs.
Remain standing, the Honorable Judge Jeanine Pirro presiding. Please be seated.
All right. The plaintiff is suing her ex-boyfriend for medical bills, damaged property, and pain and suffering. Heidi, why don't you state your case?
I met the defendant 2 years ago. He pursued me for several months, and then I finally agreed to go out with him. Soon after that, I fell in love with him. He moved in with me a few months later. In about March of 2008, he had moved in. Soon after he moved in with me, I noticed a complete change in his demeanor. He became possessive, controlling, manipulative every minute of every...
Possessive, controlling, manipulative?
I didn't see it, but if that's the way she feels, I guess I did.
Okay. All right. Go ahead.
I had kicked him out because of the abuse, the mental abuse, the physical abuse that I was enduring from him. And then a few weeks later, he moved back in. In October of 2008, we had gotten into a dispute over a phone bill. And I told him that, my phone records are none of your business. And he had my cell phone and my keys, and he kept telling me that he wanted the information. I said, I'm not giving it to you. And I kept asking him, please just give me my keys and my cell phone and I will leave. And he said, no, I'm not giving them to you. And I kept asking him, begging him for them. He picked his foot up and he was cussing at me and yelling at me. And he told me to get away from him. And I said, give me my keys and my cell phone and I will leave. And that is when he picked his foot up, kicked me in my chest, backwards over a chair. I bounced off the chair and ended up in front of my TV. And I immediately said, you broke my ribs. And he started cussing at me and yelling at me, get up, I didn't do anything to you. And I ended up getting up off the floor. We still continued to argue. He came at me and then he had picked me up and body slammed me on the concrete floor in my basement. And then I'm just bawling buckets going, why did you do this to me? I've done nothing to you. You have no reason for this. And then he realized and he started apologizing. I didn't mean this. I'm so sorry. And I was like, just let me go.
This is all over a telephone bill? What happened?
Pretty much most of it's accurate, except she came at me swinging, hit me in my face, punching me in my face. And I pushed her back with my foot. I didn't kick her.
That's not true, Your Honor.
Well, what do you call it when your foot meets somebody's body? If that isn't a kick, I don't know what is.
Well, no, if you place your foot in somebody's hip area and push back, it's a push.
All right. And what did you push her over?
She tripped over something and landed on the arm of the chair.
Okay, so you put your foot on her body and she trips. Don't you think that it's natural causation once you put your foot on her body that she's going to go flying somewhere?
Yeah, but I was being punched in my face.
She's a foot shorter than you are.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Did you call the police?
I did not.
Why not?
Because I was scared of him. Because there was a couple of times that there was abuse before that. And I was scared of him. I was scared of what he was going to do.
This wasn't the first time he put his hand or his feet on you. You have children, Heidi?
I have 2.
How old were the kids?
The kids at the time, my son was going to be turning 3. And my daughter was 4.
Did the kids see and hear this?
Not this incident. They
Other
did not.
incidents?
There was another incident.
What?
In November, we were arguing. My daughter wanted a drink before school. We were running late. And I was like, let's just go. And she's like, I want a drink. And I was like, all right, fine, get a drink. He got mad at me because I gave my daughter a drink. He had walked out the back door to go get in the car, which was in the garage. I closed the back door to get my children's coat. He said that I pushed it and it hit him, but I don't remember it hitting him. He pushed the door back on me and I literally almost fell over my railing to the basement and I grabbed it and I kind of stabled myself. I immediately started to close my garage door and then I went to close my back door. He's standing outside, seen what happened, came running back through my sun porch door, kicked in my back door as I'm like this closing my door. It hit me in my face so hard I flew at least 2 feet into my living room. And I got up and I said, you need to leave now or I'm calling the cops.
Did you?
I did not call the cops at that time because prior to this, he also had another domestic assault on someone else. And I did not want to get him in any more trouble.
So this isn't the first time you hit a woman, Senate?
No, I do have a prior domestic violence.
What'd you do to the first woman? If the first, I don't know, what number was she in the scheme of things?
It was my kid's mother. I grabbed her phone out of her hand. It was technically
Again,
my
over
phone.
the phone. What's with you
But
and
it was
phones?
the situation with that was I was paying the phone bill and she had the phone so I could talk to my daughter. And earlier in the day, I had tried talking to my daughter and she said I couldn't. So I reached in, grabbed her hand, squeezed her hand, and they said that was domestic violence because I was trying to take my phone back.
Because you squeezed your hand to get the phone. I don't believe you. What was the injury?
There was no injury.
But you were convicted. Yes. First offense, no injury, you're convicted. I don't believe you for 1 second. Did he go to jail?
Yes.
What'd you go to jail for? For not doing anything?
No, I didn't say I didn't do anything. In Michigan, if you are threatening or intimidating, it's considered domestic violence.
Or if you try to take a phone away from someone who's trying to call the police, that's domestic violence too.
She wasn't trying to call the police.
Yeah, but you were fighting over a phone.
Yes.
Okay. So he is convicted of abusing another woman, the mother of his children. You don't want him to go to jail after the second time. He kicks a door through. You go over a railing. You're still suffering from the first injury when he body slammed you. Yes?
Yes.
At what point do you realize it's got to end?
When he kicked the back door in on my face.
What kind of door was this? Do you have any damages?
I do have damages.
All right. Do you have any police reports
I
at
do.
all? When did you call the police, Heidi?
I actually ended up in December going to the hospital, and that's when they did the x-rays, and that's when I reported the incident of the abuse in October.
And do I have the hospital record in front of me?
Yes, you do.
And did the hospital then call the police?
Yes. And they came and made the report.
The door, I don't remember that incident happening.
Well, I have an estimate on the door.
$800 and some odd for the estimate for the repairs to the door.
How could a door cost $800?
Because I had to replace the whole entire door and plus
and
the
you
labor.
don't remember kicking a door that cost $800 to repair?
No, I don't remember that incident
Were
at
you
all.
drunk or high?
I'm just saying I don't think it happened, but
Your Honor?
in either way, shape, or form.
Do you think she made this up? She didn't damage
Well, I think
the door.
she didn't pay for the door to be fixed in the first place.
Why did the door need to be fixed in the first place?
That. I have no idea.
The injuries to your ribs, what were they that they finally examined?
3 broken ribs.
You had 3 broken ribs from the first time. What was it like? What kind of pain were you in?
Excruciating pain.
Okay. All right, Senate, what's your version of all this?
Basically, the chair, the ribs might have happened. My thing is, I've had broken ribs, and I don't understand why you would wait a month and a half to go. So I think that was basically a lie, and she.
So you agree, broken ribs are painful?
Yeah, 100%. Excruciating pain, and I would have went right away instantly to the hospital, fear, no fear, whatever.
So let me ask you this. If a doctor said she did have broken ribs and you agree that they, result in excruciating pain, why would she not go to the hospital? You tell me.
She's lying. I didn't break them.
She's lying. How many women have you put your hands on, Senate?
I guess 2, her and my kid's mother.
What have you learned
I guess
from all
that's
this?
how we look
Anything?
at it. Oh, yeah.
What?
I had to attend anger management classes as part of my domestic violence class stuff. Mm-hmm. I don't know. I just calmed down a lot. I don't really go out a whole lot anymore. I don't drink no more. I don't do a lot of stuff I used to do.
Maybe you ought to go out more. It's at the home where this stuff is happening. If you get angry, pick on someone your own size. All right. Now, one of the things, Heidi, I want you to understand is this. People don't change. What you can change is you and your decisions. All right? Now, any man who puts his hands on a woman is a coward. Go pick on someone who's 6'2". Okay, that's number 1. Number 2, when you abuse a woman in front of her children, you are continuing the cycle of violence. And let me respond to your defense about her ribs. I'm reading the medical records here. Bishop had 2 to 3 broken ribs that were healing. They would be consistent with them being broken from an assault on October 16th. They were broken in such a manner that it would have taken a great deal of force to do so. During his examination of the victim, she displayed all of the classic signs of domestic violence assault victim, such as lack of eye contact and failure to report immediately. Everything about Heidi proves that she was a victim of domestic violence. You were the batterer. Therefore, in respect to her claim against you for assault, I will award her her damages in the amount of $851 for medical bills, $574 for damaged property, and I'm going to give you money for pain and suffering, Heidi. I want you to make sure that you believe in yourself. $3,575 for pain and suffering, $5,000 grand total. Go order.
I've learned from my relationship with Senate that I will never put up with domestic violence again. And as soon as I see a change in someone, I'm out of there.
No, I've changed a lot. Yeah, it's not me no more.